Ladies and gentlemen, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club are an unserious football club. We are an unserious football club. At some point, let's call it as it is. Enough of the funnies business. Let's call it what it is. We are an unserious club. How 2-0 up? How do you go from 2-0 up to 2? You're losing by 2 in the same game. In the end, 4-3. Not gonna lie, is probably a flattering scoreline here. 4-3 is a flattering scoreline. Chelsea were by far and away the better team on the night. Even at 2-0, I thought, it's not over. It ain't over till it's over. Unserious club. You go from scoring 2 to conceding 4 in a row. At home as well. I don't know what else to say about this club, honestly. How do you go? The thing is, I'm not sure whether to call it unserious FC or inconsistent FC. Because at times, in those first 15 minutes or so, or when we take a 2-0 lead, we look like the best team in Europe. We look like we can tangle with Liverpool, Bayern, Barca, and anyone. And then afterwards, we look like a championship team. It doesn't make sense how you can capitulate just like that. Dang, this Spursy thing really does exist. This Spursy mentality. The capitulation in this game was crazy. And the thing, looking at the stats, I must say that they are extremely, extremely flattering to us. 2.64 XG to 2.81. Seems like it was a pretty even game. 13 shots, 5 shots on target to their 17 and 8. 6 big chances to their 2. Yet you go and you look at the final scoreline, it's 4-2. But no, Chelsea had more of the ball, dominated possession. In those first 20, 25 minutes, I would say it was pretty both side footballs, both teams were going at it. But afterwards, Chelsea, took control of the game 100%. The only thing that I guess from the Spurs perspective that you can go and say from this game is arguably that there should have been a red card in that first half. I don't know how 𝐔𝐍𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻 that challenge on who was it? Was it Sarr? I don't see how that's not a red. I've seen reds given for far less than that. You're gonna have to explain it to me. I guess the rebuttal would then be, I guess, what 𝐔𝐍𝐿𝐼𝐻 did on Romeo Lavia with the elbow. I think that's a lot less intentional. That's a yellow card for sure. But that 𝐔𝐍𝐿𝐼𝐻 one does not get the ball. It's a high challenge. Goes onto a shin. I don't see the Premier League have some consistent officiating for once in your life. Have some consistency. The good thing is that at least, they gave both those two incidents. They decided not to give a card or anything, which at least they were consistent on that part. But given other stuff, I don't see how that one on the foul on 𝐔𝐍𝐿𝐼𝐻 there, how that's not given as a red. Even Jamie Carragher was like, yeah, Jamie Carragher was completely baffled by that situation. But apart from that, you have to say kudos to Chelsea. And honestly, at this point, I really do have to congratulate Chelsea. You go and you look at the table now, with Arsenal dropping points, with City also dropping points, that puts them alone in second place and the only real contender right now for the throne, chasing Liverpool. And low-key, quietly, they've been having a pretty decent season. 9 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. Pretty decent campaign. And going away to Spurs and winning, another great result, despite how they started off the season initially with that loss to Man City at home. Ever since then, they've picked things back up and they're looking actually like they're almost, dare I say, the Chelsea of old. So kudos to Chelsea. They bossed the game. They were the better team definitely by far over the course of the game. And so kudos and congratulations to them. And yeah, 2 great penalties from Cole Palmer as well. If we look here at the overall the ratings here according to Fault Mob, obviously, Palmer's going to go and get, a 9.4. I personally think in this game, Jadon Sancho for me was the man of the match. Of course, Cole Palmer scored those 2 goals, but I feel like before that first penalty that he got, I thought he was pretty quiet. But ever since then, scored the penalty, created that 3rd goal for Enzo Fernandez, and obviously scored the 2nd penalty with the Panenka. But I think overall that Jadon Sancho, I think, was the man of the match. Scored a brilliant first goal, was involved, was causing havoc to the defense. I think he probably arguably should have been the player of the game, man of the match. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, and even more bad news for Spurs. Your 2 starting center backs who came in and were back from injury seemingly, both went out. And now there's going to be questions on how long are they actually out for. I get Ange's idea here in forcing them in. It's a big game. If there's any time to force them in, it's now. You're sort of relatively comfortable. If I'm not mistaken, if you look at from the Spurs perspective, in the Europa League, where are you, 9th? So you're good there. So this is as good as time as any to sort of shoehorn them in, but it's unfortunate that both of them unfortunately have to come off due to injuries. Apart from that, it's just stupid, silly mistakes. Like, you think of it now that, it ended 4-3 in the end. All it was at the end of the day was those 2 penalties. If those 2 penalties don't go through, you have a 3-2 game for Spurs, realistically speaking. Right? The first one is a silly challenge from Bissouma. No way. Both penalties, realistically speaking, are 2 Stonewall penalties. The second one from Palmer, initially, when viewing it live, I thought it wasn't a penalty, but you look back at the replay and he clearly, that second one, the first one, as bad as it is, I can sort of understand he's going in. It's a late challenge. 𝐔𝐍𝐿 gets to the ball first. Fine. I'm a bit more okay with it. The second one, though, from that Sarr gives up, Palmer is going. It reminds me of the Dembele penalty that was given against Barcelona in that second round, in the second leg against Barcelona last season. And he's going away from the ball. He can't do anything. He cannot do anything. Just let him go out to the touchline and whatnot, and then face him there. But to go and foul him there, it makes no. And the thing is, you saw it coming from a mile away. It's just stupid decisions and lapses in concentration that I just do not understand with this team. That I really do not understand in this team. And that's yet another loss. If you look at recent form for Spurs, and since that win against City, 2 draws, 2 losses. To Roma, okay, you'd say, but again, a draw at home to Roma, drawing to Fulham at home, losing away to Bournemouth, and now losing at home once again to Chelsea. And I saw the stat, and it's saying that I think Jamie Carragher mentioned it, that in their last 40 Premier League games, Spurs have lost 19. 19 in the last 40 Premier League games. They're nearly losing 1 in 2 games. That is relegation team form. I don't understand this. Unserious club. We are an inconsistent FC, unserious FC, Spursy FC. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. The squad, I don't think the squad is Chelsea had the chance to have their entire rebuild. They went from their complete banter era to already in one season being better than us. So I don't want to hear any excuses of, it takes time, it takes, Rome wasn't built in a day, so on and so forth. If Chelsea went from their banter era, all right, being in, last year finishing 7th or whatnot in the Premier League, to all of a sudden now being contenders, all right, as things stand in the Premier League, why is it taking us 3, 4, 5 years to do so the same? I really don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know if it's something at the club, it's psychological, the players. At this point, I really do not get it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about it. But once again, I guess congratulations to Chelsea. And I mean, the one thing I'll say about Chelsea, the one bit that I'm not really, I think Chelsea everywhere else, going up front, I think they're actually pretty good. I think the midfield is going to be able to contend with most midfield in the Premier League. For me, the one area of concern would be their back line. I don't think that this is the most sturdy of things, and their goalkeeping as well. I think that's the one area where they're, for example, behind an Arsenal, behind even a City, I would arguably say, even though they're going through their moment right now, and obviously as well behind a Liverpool. But if they can fix this up, I think, they can genuinely be contenders and have, perhaps, have a few people, thinking about this Premier League title. But a very professional performance from them. But yeah, from Spurs, I don't know what else to say, man. I really don't know what else to say. It's the inconsistency for me. Is the fact that you go from the high of, honestly, it's almost like just don't even go and smack a City like that, going and smacking them away from them in their biggest ever loss, I think, in recent times, like that, to then go and lose to Bournemouth, draw against Fulham at home, lose to Chelsea at home. It just doesn't make sense. This club it just continues to amaze me at the things that this club can do. This club can be 3-0 up. I'm still not secure. But anyways, guys, that's my 2 cents on it. Another typical Spurs performance. Unlike last year, they can't hide behind the veneer of, being a man down or 2 men down like it was last year in this fixture. Today, they were well beaten. And I'd arguably say that, the scoreline flatters Spurs a bit. But yeah, guys, I'd be curious to know what you guys think about this. What do you think is the issue with Spurs? Do you think that Chelsea are genuine title contenders this time round? If I'm not mistaken here, if I look quickly, they are 4 points behind Liverpool, but obviously Liverpool have a game in hand, so we're 8 points behind them, assuming that Liverpool win. I think, tight. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But with that, guys, thank you guys for tuning along. Make sure to comment unserious in the comments to know that, so that I can know that you guys made it to this point in the video. And if you guys do like these post-game reaction videos, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Anyways, guys, with that, thank you guys very much. And remember, stay safe, stay kind, stay blessed. Godspeed.